Let's talk about finding a polynomial equation with real coefficients when we're given roots. For this particular problem, we've been told solutions or roots x equals 2, x equals -1, and x equals -3. In order for us to find the polynomial that has those roots, we first need to change the roots into the factors that they came from. X equals 2, that comes from the factor x minus 2. X equals -1, that comes from x plus 1. So you've probably noticed there that what's happening as we move that constant value back across the equals, it changes the sign of it. X equals 2, we change to a minus 2. X equals -1, we change to a plus 1. So what makes sense for x equals -3? It comes from the factor x plus 3. Now, if we take those factors, the word factor means that we're multiplying. If we take those factors and we multiply them together, that'll give us the polynomial that we want. So let's now multiply those factors together. X minus 2, that was from x equals 2. X plus 1, that was from x equals -1. And x plus 3, that came from x equals -3. Let's multiply those things out. For me personally, it is easier to multiply the back two first and to leave the front one to come down. I just prefer to do it that way. It makes no difference the order that we multiply, but for me personally, it's easier. Since this is binomial times binomial, we'll do this using the FOIL method. So the first one's x times x makes x squared. When I do the outside things, 3 times x made 3x. On the inside is 1x. When you take that 1x and add it to this 3x, together they made 4x. And then the last terms, 1 times 3 made 3. So the stuff here highlighted, x plus 1 times x plus 3, that ends up being x squared plus 4x plus 3. Notice that I've brought down the x minus 2. Now, binomial times trinomial is what we have at this point. The easiest way for us to multiply this is to go through two separate times distributing. First, let's take x and multiply times everybody. I put the x in the red so that you could see the product of those things here in red. Then we'll come back and do -2 times everybody back here. I've put the -2 in green so that you could see the product of those things in green. So first, I'm going to say x times everybody back here. X times x squared made x cubed. X times 4x made 4x squared. X times 3 made 3x. Now let's come through and do -2 times everybody. -2 times x squared is -2x squared. -2 times 4x made -8x. And -2 times 3 made -6. All that's left to do is to combine the like terms. And I've made it a little easier for myself to combine those like terms by lining them up vertically as I did that multiplication. There's nobody to combine with the x cubed, so let's bring it down. Adding 4x squared minus 2x squared gives me plus 2x squared. Plus 3x and minus 8x together made -5x, and then there's nobody to add to the -6, so let's bring it down. The polynomial equation that had the roots x equals 2, x equals -1, and x equals -3 is then this equation.